Hi, I'm Finn Peacock, founder of SolarQuotes.com.au. Over the last 4 years, I've noticed there are 3 distinct types of solar installation company in Australia. Let's go through them. Number 1 is the super expensive guys. I don't know how they get away with it, but they're still going after 4 years. They'll come around your house, they'll almost always come around your house, which is fine. I think a solar installer should come around your house to scope it out. But when they're sitting in your front room, and they're probably going to insist that you're there, your husband's there, your wife's there, because they want to sign you on the dotted line there and then before you get a chance to get another quote. They'll start at an insanely high price, like $20,000 for a $2,000 system. And then they'll come up with all sorts of tricks, like old school sales tricks. Oh, if you put a sign on your fence, we'll give you $5,000 off. Oh, call my boss. Oh yeah, great deal. We'll get it down. We'll get it down from 20 grand to 10 grand. So they'll go from insanely high price to ridiculously high price. And then they'll hope against hope that you don't get any more quotes and you don't know what the going rate for a solar system is. And one way they'll try and do that sometimes is they'll try and get you to waive the cooling off period. They'll use an excuse like, oh, you'll get a quicker install if you don't have a cooling off period. And obviously, they don't want you to have 10 days to go and find out that the price they're offering is insanely expensive. They just want to sign you up there and then. So my advice, don't do it. The best way to insure yourself against that, bit self-serving, I know, but get 3 quotes, and then that probably can't happen to you. The second type of solar installation company are the super cheap mobs. They are ridiculously cheap. If you know the cost of solar components and the cost of a good quality solar installation, you look at their prices and you scratch your head and you go, how on earth are they installing a solar system at that price? They have to be, almost certainly have to be cutting corners, in the quality of the panels, the quality of the inverter, and the quality of the install. When was the last time you bought the absolute cheapest thing on the market and it was good quality and lasted the distance? It just doesn't happen. So I would strongly advise against the really cheap mobs. Now the third type of solar installation company, and these are the guys I try really hard to get on SolarQuotes.com.au to refer to people, are the happy medium, okay? They will use only panels that they trust, they'll only use inverters that they trust, and they'll take a lot of pride in the installation. And they'll do that because they've got a reputation, okay? And these are the guys that they'll be keenly priced because the solar market's actually gone from being, a kind of really high margin business 3 or 4 years ago to being really quite cutthroat. Plus the fact if they're on SolarQuotes, they've got to be competing with another 2 companies. So they've got to be keenly priced to be in the game. But they won't let the price get in the way of good quality systems. And those are the guys that I think we're doing a pretty good job of recruiting to SolarQuotes.com.au. So those are the 3 types of companies. You've got the super expensive mobs, they're going to rip you off, right? You've got the super cheap mobs, which are just as bad because you're probably going to end up with a system that doesn't do the job, or even worse, is unsafe. And then you've got the guys that are the happy medium. And those are the guys that I've been trying for the last 4 years to recruit to SolarQuotes.com.au. And judging from the feedback I'm getting, I think we're doing all right. So avoid the first 2, go for the happy medium. Don't get ripped off by the super expensive guys. Don't get a worthless system. Pay a little bit more, a few $100s more, and get a good quality system installed by a company that really cares.